What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, with another edition of When, Where, Pick, and Dare, where I pick games for the various games that are occurring tomorrow. Whether it's football, baseball, basketball, basically whatever games I want to pick, I will pick them. With all that being said, on with the video. MLB, Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Toronto Blue Jays. The Diamondbacks have a 43.6% chance to win, and the Blue Jays have a 56.4% chance to win. This is at Toronto. For pitchers, uh, Fott has an ERA of 5.5 and a WHIP of 1.42, and Bassett for the Blue Jays has an ERA of 3.7 and a WHIP of 1.31. So good pitching for Bassett, not so good pitching for Fott. So I think the pitching advantage is definitely in favor of the Blue Jays. So with the home field advantage and pitching advantage, I think the Blue Jays will beat the Diamondbacks tomorrow. Minnesota Twins versus Cincinnati Reds. The Twins have a 38.4% chance to win, while the Reds have a 61.6% chance to win. This is at Cincinnati. For pitchers, Festa for the Twins has an ERA of 4.76 and a WHIP of 1.32. And Abbott for the Reds has an ERA of 1.87 and a WHIP of 0.97. Now, Abbott's pitched in 62 and two-thirds innings, and Festa's pitched in 22 and two-thirds innings. So, might be a good idea to see what his career is. So, like for Festa. So, Festa has pitched in 87 innings and has allowed 47 earned runs. So, take 47 divided by 87, multiply it by 9 to get approximate career ERA of 4.86. So, yeah, definite pitching advantage for the Reds because that is very good pitching from Abbott. So, with home field advantage and pitching advantage, I think the Reds will beat the Twins tomorrow. Milwaukee Brewers versus Chicago Cubs. The Brewers have a 39.2% chance to win, and the Cubs have a 60.8% chance to win. This is at Chicago. For pitchers, Patrick for the Brewers has an ERA of 3.25 and a WHIP of 1.26. And Brown for the Cubs has an ERA of 5.71 and a WHIP of 1.47. So good pitching for the Brewers, not really good pitching for the Cubs. So definite pitching advantage for the Brewers. So I think despite the home field advantage that the Cubs have, I think with the pitching advantage, I think the Brewers will beat the Cubs tomorrow. Boston Red Sox versus Seattle Mariners. The Red Sox have a 36.5% chance to win, and the Mariners have a 63.5% chance to win. This is at Seattle. For pitchers, Buehler for the Red Sox has an ERA of 5.01 and a WHIP of 1.38. And Wu for the Mariners has an ERA of 3.39 and a WHIP of 0.98. So good pitching for the Mariners, not really good pitching for the Red Sox. So I think it's a definite pitching advantage for the Mariners. So with home field advantage and pitching advantage, I think the Mariners will beat the Red Sox tomorrow. Cleveland Guardians versus San Francisco Giants. The Guardians have a 28.2% chance to win, while the Giants have a 71.8% chance to win. It is at San Francisco. For pitchers, Saccone for the Guardians has an ERA of 4.26 and a WHIP of 1.34. And Ray for the Giants has an ERA of 2.55 and a WHIP of 1.12. Now, Ray has pitched in 81 one-third innings this year, while Saccone has only pitched in 25 one-third innings, so it might be a good idea to look at Saccone's career ERA. So, Saccone has pitched in 129 and one-thirds innings, and he has allowed 82. So, what we do here is we take 82 divide by 129 and 1/3, multiply by 9 to get approximate career ERA of 5.71. So, yeah. So I think it's a definite pitching advantage in favor of the Giants. So with home field advantage and pitching advantage, I think the Giants will beat the Guardians tomorrow. San Diego Padres versus Los Angeles Dodgers. The Padres have a 34.3% chance to win, and the Dodgers have a 65.7% chance to win. This is at LA. For pitchers, Vasquez for the Padres has an ERA of 3.57 and a WHIP of 1.4. And the Dodgers have not announced a pitcher at the time recording this, so you know can't really say much about who has the advantage. But with good pitching from Vasquez, it does inspire some confidence in the Padres. So the lack of a pitcher now, Dodgers seem to have like yesterday they announced the pitcher very late. So maybe they just announced pitchers late for whatever reason. I mean, I don't think it really changes a team's preparation much. So maybe it's just a thing to psych out the opponents. Who knows? But it doesn't inspire a lot of confidence if they haven't announced it, regardless of the reasons. So with good pitching from Vasquez, I'm gonna say, despite the home field advantage that the Dodgers have, I think with good pitching from Vasquez, I think the Padres will beat the Dodgers tomorrow. College baseball, Oregon State Beavers versus Louisville Cardinals. So this is an elimination game. Whoever loses is eliminated from the College World Series. So Oregon State's 8th in the nation, 48-15-1 record. Louisville is unranked, 38-21 record. So yeah, this could be a good game. Both are really good baseball teams. Louisville is one of the best unranked teams. Now Oregon State, they're they have a pretty good baseball history, especially recent years. So I think just with how good Oregon State is, I think Oregon State beats Louisville tomorrow and eliminates them from the College World Series. And that's it for picks. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my picks. Do you agree with them? Do you not? If you have different picks, you can put them in the comments. But other than that, please like, subscribe, and all that. Thank you for listening, and look forward to the next video.